Hello everybody, welcome to juriscentral.com online classes for law exams. So today I will be discussing with you the important questions on information technology, intermediary guidelines and digital media ethics code rules 2021 for your upcoming UPSC public prosecutor exams. Because Information Technology Act is one of the subjects or say the syllabus subject of your examination. So this is a reason why this topic also becomes very important, as these rules were in headlines for many days for several reasons, of course. So let us see what are the questions. The first question is the Information Technology, Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code Rules 2021 were notified on. So it came into force on February 25, 2021. Second, the 2021 rules replaced, these rules replaced the Information Technology Intermediaries Guidelines Rules 2011. So the 2021 rules replaced the 2011 rules. Then question number 3, due diligence by an intermediary is provided under Rule 3. Fourth, blocking access to unlawful information upon an order from the court or the government shall be done within 36 hours. Fifth, retaining information collected for the registration of a user after cancellation or withdrawal of registration shall be done for 180 days. Sixth, the intermediary shall as soon as possible provide information under its control or possession or assistance to the government agency within. So it shall provide information within 72 hours of the receipt of an order. So in this case, the intermediary shall soon as possible it receives the order for the removal of any content. It shall do so within 72 hours of the receipt of an order. Then question number 7, the intermediary shall report cyber security incidents and share related information with the Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. 8, Resident Grievance Officer is defined under this Rule 4, Sub-Rule 1 and Sub-Rule C. Then 9, the duties and responsibilities of Resident Grievance Officer is given under this Rule 3, Sub-Rule 2. Then question number 10, a user or a victim may make complaint against violation of the provisions of this rule or any other matters pertaining to the computer resources made available by it, and the grievance officer shall acknowledge the complaint within dash hours and dispose of such complaint within a period of dash from the date of its receipt. This will be 24 and 15. So the grievance officer shall acknowledge the complaint within 24 hours and dispose of such complaint within a period of 15 hours from the date of its receipt. 15 days, sorry, not 15 hours, 15 days from the date of its receipt. Then question number 11, the intermediary shall within dash from the receipt of a complaint made by an individual or any person on his behalf in relation to any content which is prima facie in the nature of any material which exposes the private area of such individual, shows such individual in full or partial nudity, or shows or depicts such individual in any sexual act or conduct, or is in the nature of impersonation in an electronic form, including artificially morphed images of such individual, take all reasonable and practical measures to remove or disable access to such content which is hosted, stored, published or transmitted by it. It is within 24 hours. So in the blank space, 24 hours will be the correct option. Then the question number 12, Rule 3 applies to, so it applies to an intermediary including social media intermediary and significant social media intermediary. Then question number 13, additional due diligence to be observed by significant social media intermediary is given under which rule? So this is actually Rule 4. So Rule 3 deals with due diligence by intermediaries. Then 14, a social media intermediary having how many number of registered user in India to be held liable under the Act? So it will be above such threshold as notified by the central government. 15, a significant social media intermediary providing services primarily in the nature of messaging shall enable the identification of dash of the information on its computer resource as may be required by a judicial order passed by a court of competent jurisdiction or an order passed under section 69 by the competent authority. So this will be a first originator. So a significant social media intermediary providing services primarily in the nature of messaging has to enable the identification of the first originator. Then question number 16, where the first originator of any information on the computer resource of an intermediary is located outside the territory of India, the first originator of that information, the first originator shall be deemed to be the, so it shall be deemed to be the first originator within the territory of India. Suppose if the first originator is located outside the territory of India, then in those cases the first originator within the territory of India who has circulated that information will be held liable. 17. Code of Ethics and Procedure and Safeguards in relation to digital media, given under part 3 of the chapter under Rule 8 is applicable to, so it is applicable to, very important, publishers of news and current affairs content and publishers of online curated content, also known as OTT. Then 18. What are the 3-tier structures for addressing to the grievance made in relation to the publishers operating in the territory of India under Rule 8? So there are actually 3 levels. So there are 3-tier structure for addressing to the grievance made in relation to the publishers. It also includes the publisher of news and current affairs content and publishers of online curated content. So the first level is level 1, self-regulation by the publishers. Level 2, self-regulation by the self-regulating bodies of the publishers. Then C, level 3, oversight mechanism by the central government. Question number 19. Which rule deals with furnishing and processing of grievance by any person? This is Rule 10. 20. The code of ethics to be observed by publishers under Rule 8 is given in the appendix of the Rule 21. Who shall head the self-regulating mechanism level 2 under Rule 12 shall be headed by a, the question is who shall head the self-regulating mechanism level 2 under Rule 12. So it will be, shall be headed by a retired judge of the Supreme Court, a High Court, or an independent eminent person from the field of media, broadcasting, entertainment, child rights, human rights, or such other relevant field, and have other members not exceeding 6, being experts from the field of media, broadcasting, entertainment, child rights, human rights, and such other relevant fields. Then 22. Who shall be the authorized officer for the purposes of the Rule 15 or 16? So that person will be not below the rank of a joint secretary to the government of India. 23. Under which section interdepartmental committee is defined? This Rule 14. 24. Who shall act on the recommendations of the interdepartmental committee secretary? This is actually Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. 25. Blocking of information in case of emergency is provided under this rule is very important. This is Rule 16. Then 26. The authorized officer in any case of emergency nature for which no delay is acceptable shall examine the relevant content and consider whether it is within the grounds referred to in subsection 1 of section 69A of the Act, and it is necessary or expedient and justifiable to block such information or part thereof, and submit a specific recommendation in writing to the. So the first of all, for blocking that content, it has to give recommendation to the Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and after approval only that site or content will be blocked. Then 27. Under which rule the Secretary, Ministry of Information Technology in case of emergency nature may pass interim order if he is satisfied that it is necessary or expedient or and justifiable for blocking for public access of any information or part thereof through any computer resource without giving him an opportunity of hearing. So this this power has been given under Rule 16, Sub Rule 2. So under this, during emergency nature, in case of emergency situations, the Secretary, Ministry of Information Technology, even by interim order, can block the access from the public of any content through any computer resource without giving that person opportunity of hearing. 28. Review of direction is given under Rule 17. 29. The interim order given under Rule 16, Sub Rule 2 can be revoked under. So this interim order can also be revoked under Rule 16, Sub Rule 4. So this is our session for today, and I hope you all have liked it. Do not forget to give a like, share, subscribe to the channel. So till we meet the next time, thank you and have a nice day.